Hell yeah.
All right, let's go, ladies.
All right, everybody, welcome into the Donut Hole, the show where every week we pick a random person to pick a show or a movie for us to review at the end. And this week, whoa, is that not good enough? All right, fine,
Yeah,
that's
really
true. 2
did.
weeks.
Because two gays couldn't get their shit together.
Listen,
done,
I was
bitch.
busy. All right. Anyway, this week it was Alex's turn. Oh, by the way, I'm Luis. I'm here with Alex, Joey, and Kevin.
Hi.
Hello, beautiful people.
You stole our intro.
Well, hey, we're trying
You
things out,
bitch.
right? We're learning.
We're learning and we're growing as a podcast.
Exactly.
I'm
All right.
getting
Excuse
harder
me.
every day.
This week it was Alex's choice for a TV show, something that we haven't ever seen before. All right. I think it was just you. That's all I read. Alex?
Yeah, I was the only one that's watched
Okay.
it
Yeah.
so far.
New to all of us. So. Oh.
It's not going TikTok time.
Oh my
Dame
God.
tu teléfono.
Anyway, so Alex, you want to tell us what show we had to watch this week?
So this week it was my pick, and it was Invincible. So let me give you a background, a synopsis, to be so formal. It is set in a world where superhumans and superpowers exist. It is closely resembled to DC superheroes and stuff like that. We get introduced to... What are you bitches doing? Okay, ignore them. We're getting introduced to, in the first episode, we're introduced to the Guardians of the Globe. And the Guardians of the Globe closely resembles the Justice League. So we also get introduced to Omni-Man. Omni-Man is kind of like Superman. He's from a different planet. He has super strength, flight, all the great things that make Superman great. He's the most powerful in the world. Should I say that? So the story follows his son. His name is Mark. And Mark is part Viltrumite?
Viltrumite.
Yeah. So he's the son of Omni-Man, and Omni-Man's name is Nolan.
Nolan. Yeah.
Yes. So basically, the first episode, at the end, the Guardians of the Globe are killed by none other than...
We don't know yet.
I stopped. Okay, I didn't say it. Okay, so...
Wait, that's not true. We do. That does happen in the first episode.
Yes, it
Oh,
does.
yeah, you-
No,
oh,
the
yeah,
audience
obviously
sees
you see
that.
who does it.
The audience sees it.
The audience
Yes, the
sees it.
whole
It's just
thing.
everybody
That's
else
right.
doesn't know.
Because he fights them at the. Yeah.
Can I
that's
say it
right.
then?
Yeah, you can say
Okay,
it. I forgot.
but that's Shut up. So the Guardians of the Globe are killed by Omni-Man.
Yes.
But we don't know why he did it. If it was him that did it, if it was a supervillain. So from that point, the world is trying to understand, was this something that was done on purpose? Who could have done this? Why did they do this? Why is Nolan alive? Why is Omni-Man the only one alive? And we're following that storyline of trying to figure out why he did it, or if he was the one that did it, or if somebody was controlling him. But then also we're following Mark on his journey on becoming a hero. So that's basically the story, or that's a synopsis. We're trying not to give too much detail. So we're gonna move to our next segment, which is first impressions. Who would like to start us off? Oh, me. Me, Alex.
Wait, maybe you should go last.
Oh, maybe I should because it was my
'Cause it
pick.
was your
'Cause that's
pick,
what
yeah.
we did for Joey.
That's what we did for Joey.
Okay, so Joey, what about you? What was your thought? We'll go in this circle. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, Joey.
I hated it.
No, you're not supposed to say what you did, what you like.
What's your first impression?
My first impression?
Yes.
Well, my first impression, I thought that it was going to be different than your typical, superhero.
And was it not?
I think at the end of it, no. I was not satisfied.
Okay.
Because at the end, it was still a superhero movie. Or show, I'm sorry. And so I felt like I was victimized.
You felt
I was
personally
robbed.
targeted. Amazon
Yeah.
did this
Nolan
to you. Yeah.
Grayson.
Like, they had such a strong
Intro.
opening.
Yeah, opening.
The middle was great. And the ending, I felt robbed.
Can you elaborate a little more? What did you feel robbed about?
Because my initial impression was that I thought that it was going to be not your typical superhero
What is
show.
the typical superhero show?
You have your hero who versus the villain, and then the hero always wins over the villain. That's what I thought I was not going to get. What did we get at the end of it?
But
It was that.
Did you
It's-
really... Oh, can I...
No. This is my
Okay,
seg.
yeah,
This is
sure.
my seg. This is the corner.
my
This is
time,
Joey's
Joey's
corner.
Oh, God.
This is Joey's corner of the hole. That's just how I feel. Like this is my opinion, Alex.
Okay.
Why are you trying to take?
Shut up, bitch. Okay.
I
go.
just feel
Look at
like
it.
when I started watching it, right? Like my initial reaction of it was like, oh, like this is gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna be like, we're gonna look at superheroes like in a different way. And then at the end of it, I was like, oh, I guess I was wrong. Like it still kind of like still feels like your typical hero outline. You have your hero and you have your anti-hero. And Zoe has a very strong opinion about it too. Because she was watching it with me.
Zoe's a cat.
But yeah, that was my initial impression without saying like anything.
Too much about it.
Yeah, I just was expecting something different. I didn't think that was what it was going to lead to.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like-
think I'm gonna be similar.
And I
to
am being biased about it because I don't typically like superhero movie shows. Not that I don't like them, I just feel like it's like the new spaghetti western movies.
that.
So-
That's such a good way to put it.
Yeah, because so for those who
I
don't know
don't-
what a spaghetti
Yeah.
western movies are, in the back in the days, what is it
Westerns were
like?
Really popular,
Yes.
like in the 30s and the 40s.
Yes.
They're like,
So spaghetti western movies was when like a bunch of like cowboy movies would just keep coming out. And that's exactly what I felt like that I got is another superhero movie. Show, sorry, I keep saying movie. I thought we were going to get something different. And that's why I was like, oh yeah, I'm excited. But that was my initial
why are you
impression.
not looking at me when you're saying all
That was
this?
first.
What do you
impressions.
think, Kevin?
Yeah, okay, Kevin's. Oh, sorry.
I kind of went in with like the thought that it was gonna be kind of like Young Justice and shows like
I
that.
love that show, by the way.
Me too. I
That's
did
probably
too.
my next recommendation.
I've never seen it, so that would be
except
cool.
when it was
yeah.
canceled and they brought it back up, I didn't care.
Okay, yeah, the battle. Yeah, I didn't watch it. Okay.
But that was my impression. I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be like this, and then I had seen a lot of it on like Twitter and shit,
Yeah.
and I kind of went in spoiled a little bit.
Me too.
But at the same time, when I started watching it, I was
denial too.
in denial. But when I started watching it, I wasn't expecting it to be, I guess, as gory as it was. But that doesn't really bother me. I do agree with Joey. I felt like it had a very strong beginning, and then it kind of slowly mellowed out. It would have like its ups and downs. When it was down, it'd be like slow, but when it had its like highs, it was really good. But there's still a few things that I kind of like was really nitpicky with. But I'll get into that later.
Okay.
But how did you feel when you left out of this? Like, what did you feel like?
What was your
You
feeling
didn't
afterwards
get- yeah,
watching
like,
it?
did
No,
you-
but then isn't that kind of
That could
going
be
into a different
later,
segment
yeah.
of like what did you overall think?
But we could just honor Joey's question. Might as well. What did you
Well,
think?
No,
Coming
you
out
can
of
hear
it?
me.
The show ended open-ended, so
Mm.
there's still questions that haven't been answered, obviously, because there's probably gonna be another season.
Well, it's a finished comic book. So this
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
a finished comic book. So yeah, there's obviously gonna be more seasons
Yeah.
to come.
Or not, who knows? I might
Do we
cancel
know?
Or
it.
yeah,
many?
who knows how
Cancelled,
much,
cancelled.
how many seasons?
It's
How
only
long is the
The
There's
series.
2 mega volume. They're like this thick
Oh,
of
okay,
comic
yeah.
book. So there's 2 of those. They're like this thick. Yeah, I've seen what happens. I kind of know what the ending is.
Can you tell me?
No, I'm sorry. I don't ruin shows like somebody. I'm just kidding. Joey hasn't said
Why are
anything
you
about
using-
Demon Slayer.
You know what? I'm just for that. I'm gonna tell you the ending.
No.
Oh,
my
shut
God.
up. But this is Kevin's time.
Always interrupting me. What was your question? What were you gonna say?
No, I said, how did you feel about it afterwards?
I just said
What did you say? I'm sorry.
that it ended open-ended because there's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
gonna be another season. So I still have a lot of questions
Like
that
the
I
donut
answered.
hole?
Oh.
Full circle.
First
No, yeah, I still have a lot of questions that are probably gonna be answered.
that will be filled.
Hopefully, yes. Just like I will later. But yeah, there's a lot of questions that are probably gonna be answered
That
next
was a good
season if there
touch.
is another season. I don't know how Amazon is.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, it's an Amazon show. I don't know
It's an
if we
Amazon
mentioned
show.
it.
We're not sponsored, by the way.
But Amazon, if you're listening.
I wish we were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, if you're listening. I need a sugar daddy.
We offer donuts.
Send my ass to space.
Listen to our show in
So we
your
can watch your
space
shows in
shuttle.
space.
Yeah.
The donut won't be the only hole you'll need. Luis, what are your thoughts?
Okay. I mean, I agree with Joey. I thought we were gonna see a deconstruction of what superhero movies were, similar to something. Show. You're right. Similar to like, because I could compare that sort of deconstruction to something like Madoka Magica. Where in that show it's just you expect this like happy ending and everybody like, you know what I mean, and that you know, we sort of got a happy ending but we kind of didn't either, you know what I mean, like
Are you referring to Madoka Magica?
no, sorry, I'm talking about Invincible now.
Okay.
Like
I mean,
it
both at
feels
the
like
same
we sort of
time.
got a happy ending just because things plateaued, but that doesn't necessarily mean that anything was ended on a positive note, you know what I mean, like there's still so much that didn't happen and there was still a lot of like really traumatizing and kind of horrifying things that had transpired. So in a way that's not at all like a superhero movie because it's just way more, it's more depth to the kind of terror that comes with trying to save lives, is as you're not always going to save lives. And so in that sense I think it is kind of a deconstruction of like a casual like hero movie because they didn't show yeah because they didn't end up saving everybody and it didn't feel like happy. Like every time you think back to like the greatest encounter in the show, which is in the end, it just you're just filled with terror. Like it's horrifying. Like that scene in the subway, which we'll get to later, was just it's just bad, right? Like it's not a good time.
Yes, it is.
And so I was kind of pleased with how much it broke it down, but also it is still a superhero show. So I mean,
Yes.
it doesn't stray too far from that. But yeah, I guess that was my first impression of it. I did really, well, we'll get into that later, but I did really enjoy it. More than I thought I would.
Nice.
I'm very glad that you enjoyed it. Is it my turn?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's your
go
turn. You
ahead.
can go.
Yeah, by the way, just because of what I said, like, I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, same here.
Like,
I feel like you're.
No.
because I feel like
yeah,
No,
I think
I
that
feel like
I think
attacking me.
I feel like
I don't
you are
know.
attacking me.
I didn't say anything. Did I say anything? I don't feel like I said anything. I'm sorry. I wanted to interject, but it wasn't like to be like, oh, you better like it. No, I'm
That's what it
sorry.
sounded like.
I'm sorry.
no.
If that's how it came
was
off,
like,
I
no.
apologize. We'll review later. Can you guys decide? We'll do a tally. Did Alex attack
feel
Joey?
attacked.
No.
Alex, I feel like
Sound off in the
your window
comments.
breaker like stabbing me in the back right
Butt
now.
cheeks, little sounds.
What? Oh, I see. Not butt
Um,
cheeks. It's hand and cheeks.
Oh, the like, psh, yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're
Oh, we
talking
should
about.
get something like that.
I thought it was like clapping.
And then Puerto Rosa de Guadalupe.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
to add that.
We'll have beautiful moments
So
like that.
initially, I was recommended the show from a coworker, an old coworker, and he would get upset when I wouldn't watch it. And I was like, dude, like I'll watch it. And so I watched it, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. I really did like how it's not the traditional superhero show. And this is where I think I have a different opinion from you. I don't think it was a happy ending, and I don't think the hero won and then the villain lost, because it like Kevin said, it did open something else like to a season 2. So in the end, you know, somebody did lose, but it wasn't who we thought was gonna lose. And I personally really liked it. I think I started getting a little more into it when I was like getting background stories. I was watching YouTube videos, background stories on, you know, this character, this character, this character. So I'm very excited for future seasons because it does dig deep into like more health, like mental health issues, you know, physical abuse, like stuff like that. So I'm really excited for the future of it. So initial thoughts, I thought it was great. So that is my initial thought, at least. So shall we move to our next segment?
Yeah, we'll slowly start from the beginning of the show and get to the end. We'll just talk about it like as fast as we can, and while giving our initial, we'll just go back and forth across the table about what we thought about it as it went on.
Got it.
Yeah. So in the very beginning, what did you guys think when everybody died? When everybody fucking died?
It was It was intense.
It was. So the what do they call the global
The, Guardians of the Globe.
Guardians of the Globe?
Yes.
Like, what did you guys think of them too? Because I thought it was nifty that they when they were getting called on very quickly you got a little bit of backstory for each of them,
Oh,
and
that's
so
true, you're
you
right.
immediately get attached like instantly. Like that speed guy, like you're just thinking about his like
Oh,
life and
yeah.
stuff.
Life,
Mhm.
yeah,
But they do
that's-
show her a lot more than they should. They show everybody else's like background characters
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, again, it's like that attachment that they were trying to get
Yeah.
you to. Yeah,
It was a quick attachment, but you formed it, and then when it happened, it was just like,
it was shocking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey?
What's the question?
Did you quiver when the Guardians of the Globe died? Were you
Yeah.
shaking?
No, I kind of laughed.
You really?
Yeah.
Tell us why.
Why?
It
Why?
was such a brutal killing.
It kinda
Because-
was, yeah.
Because that's kind of like my sense of humor, of like.
Death.
All right, Edge Lord.
Don't cut yourself with that edge.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like a fu to the like the what are they called, the DC.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No.
it's
Oh,
an
Justice
Oh.
League.
To the
Oh.
Justice League, because I don't know, sometimes it kind of feels a little cheesy.
Yeah, you're right.
It just feels cheesy, and it's so, like having that scene kind of made me laugh a little, and I kind of enjoyed it. Yes, it is gory. Yes, it is like, oh my god, but I took it as like a.
Well, not even that. Were you shocked at the plot point being the fact that Omni-Man killed all these people for no reason, seemingly?
No, because when he first got introduced, I knew something was up.
Oh, they between them, right? Like you could tell.
Yeah,
they
you
wouldn't
could
get
already tell
along.
right away.
Yeah.
Like, but see, this is me just deconstructing instantly,
Mhm.
and like that's what I hate. Right? Is like when he first gets introduced, like you can.
I'm sorry.
Why do you keep cutting me off?
No, I'm sorry.
I feel like Trixie.
No, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mention in the synopsis that Omni-Man is not part of the Guardians
Oh,
of the
yes,
Galaxy.
he is not part
does
of the
help though.
Guardians of the
Sorry,
Galaxy.
you keep on going. That's why it seems like they have a weird relationship. Oh my God.
That was like something flew into my mouth.
It was Omni-Man. He's trying to kill you.
Omni-Man.
Mm.
Shrunk and went in your mouth.
He did what Ant-Man should have done to Thanos. Shrink in his ass and then get bigger.
That's another one. That's our next one. Just skip that. Well, continue.
I already
So you
don't
thought
remember.
it was you didn't feel shocked at all
you were
by
just
that.
what's that word?
Displeased.
Decomposing?
Oh, did what?
You weren't decomposing
No,
along
like
with
right
them?
away when like when you're like introduced with the characters, like I already felt like something was like a little off. Like you have like, cause there's actually another character. What's his name?
The Immortal?
Yeah, the Immortal. I think
That's
he's
right, the
supposed to play
Immortal.
homage to Superman. Yeah, and or homage or whatever. And then cause he kills them all. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is
Omni-Man.
Omni-Man kills all of them.
Yes. Sorry, the Immortal was one of the Guardians.
Mhm.
Yeah, so anyways, it just felt like it was just kind of funny. I thought it was
Yeah,
kind of funny.
so
I
after
think it was like
the-
comical is how I interpret it. Cuz it's like kind of like you're killing all the
The best
The-
heroes in the world, and it only
The on-
takes one man.
I think the only thing that shocks me was like why?
Mm-hmm.
Like I get you killed them, but like why did you kill them?
Yeah, that's what I thought was more shocking.
That
was what
yeah,
was
that was
happening.
what was
Yes.
more cuz honestly, I don't give a fuck about these characters. I don't know who they are.
Sure,
I
sure.
thought he killed initially my first reaction was I thought he killed him because he wanted his son to move up.
That's what I thought
The
too
cheat.
at first.
That's-
Yes.
that
Oh, I
was
didn't think of
my-
that either.
There was a
I
lot
didn't
of
think of
like there was a
that.
lot of
I didn't think of
ideas.
that.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
was like, did he kill him because of this?
One of the thoughts that I had was that perhaps Omni-Man was there to keep like equilibrium because you have a lot of people with so many like just kind of broken powers, sort of. Like what's her name? Atom Girl, was that her name?
Adam Eve.
Adam Eve. She can kind of like she could just do whatever the fuck she wants. So I thought Omni-Man was there to kind of just like cut down the amount of power that these superhero has because then you'll end up with like someone that's like kind of like a god and can kind of do whatever they want. And I thought that's what the plot of the show was like because you can't save everybody and you need like a balance in people's lives. So if everybody gets whatever they want, like you're not like living life anymore. You're just like gonna, you know what I mean? That's what I thought was gonna
that's
happen.
like kind of like what I kind of don't like about Omni-Man is that
He's
he
omnipotent.
yeah, he feels like a god.
Oh god, yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
and that's what kind of like annoys me about characters that are like all like powerful. It's kind of like I don't know. Then like, what's the point?
Mhm.
Like, cause isn't it? I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but wouldn't it be a plot hole? Like he could have literally just killed everybody.
Yeah, but
Like,
that's not
he
the
could
point.
have.
Yeah, that's not the point though.
No, I know. Obviously,
turns out
otherwise,
it's not
but
the point.
otherwise we would have had a story, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like he could literally just kill everybody if he
That's
wanted
not the,
to.
but that's not the point.
I know. I know.
So moving on. So now the Guardians of the Globe are dead. What did you guys think of the new Guardians of the Globe? Because they had to obviously replace them. Kevin, you want to say something?
I fucking hate Rex.
I don't like Rex
hate
either.
him.
Yeah, I thought Rex was
I
so
don't like
annoying.
the actor.
Who was
the
it? Do you
actor?
know?
Yeah.
He's the actor is the guy from The Good Place.
Which one?
He's the guy version of the girl, the computer. I forgot her name.
No, he's the guy that's the one that's
Her son.
Yeah.
I know.
I hate him even more.
Oh gosh, he's in
Yeah,
the bad
Rex
place.
was really frustrating. It was hard to watch. What did you guys think?
I personally really like what's her name? Monster Girl.
I love Monster
Oh,
Girl.
Monster
too.
Girl is
Girl,
such a
yes.
badass. I
I
don't
like
really
Robot.
I know,
love
yeah,
Ru-
Robot.
I'm sorry, it's Rudy.
Yeah, his name is
Yeah.
Rudy now.
Yeah.
I like his little. Like,
You like that? I knew you would. I knew you would.
That's not what I was expecting to say.
It was confusing because I didn't know what route Robot's story was going in. 'Cause I
It
was
kept
like,
going back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, because you were confused. I was like, okay, so is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? Is he a good guy?
Mm-hmm.
And he just really wanted a body. And he wanted a body that Monster Girl found attractive.
He wanted to be serving body yaddy yaddy, and he
Body,
was.
yaddy, yaddy.
At
What
the
are you
end.
What are you doing?
I was looking something up.
Oh. But the new Guardians of the Globe,
Mm.
Black Sabbath, I think that was his name.
Who was that one?
Black
again?
Samson.
Black Samson, sorry.
Oh yes.
He
real quick, what is his powers?
I don't
He didn't
know.
have powers. He was using the suit, and that was giving him powers.
No, but
He lost his powers and then he
And then he regained them at the
What
end.
are his powers?
I don't know. Was it
It
like
must just be
lasery?
regeneration.
I think it
right?
was like something electricity.
I thought he was shooting like lasers.
Or maybe that.
Let's look it up.
It doesn't really go more into depth what his power is because they kind of come back, but then at that point, you know, it already got to the point with Mark and his dad. So they were saving people, but it didn't show that.
Mm.
So I'm not too sure. Maybe in future seasons we'll see a little bit more about it. I don't like Rex. I'm really glad that Monster Girl beat his ass because I was laughing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't really get much from Duplicate.
She was kind of.
She's kinda just there.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's kind of just a whore.
fun fact.
Do you think so?
Fun
Well, I mean,
fact.
like,
What is that lady that shrinks?
I forgot her name.
I don't know her name. But there's
Something
a lady
Ray.
that oh yeah, something Ray. She actually in the comic books was written as a man.
Oh.
So they
okay.
changed it for the show. Also, Rex in the comic book is a white man.
oh.
I don't know what Rex is right there because he's dark and he has orange hair. But like his skin is like white. So they changed that for the show.
Since you're bringing up ethnicity, I just had a question. Was Mark half Asian?
No, Mark. I don't think Mark was half Asian.
Because his
Asian.
voice actor is Asian. is that what
Asian,
it
yeah,
is?
and then the mom is Asian too.
Oh, yeah,
no,
Sandra.
Just the way they were drawn, I always.
No,
assumed
they're
that they
Asian
were-
in the show. Yeah.
By the
Oh,
way,
they are?
Yeah, they're Asian
Oh,
in the
okay.
show. I don't know if they're
Oh,
Asian
uh-huh.
in the comic book. I haven't really read it. They look Asian, but I'm not too sure. I think maybe they're just white. I don't know. But in the show, they're Asian because their cast is who? Sandra Oh is the mom,
Mhm.
and then the guy from The Walking Dead, the Asian guy. I don't know if that sounds bad.
Steven Yeun?
Yeah, he is Mark. Yes. And we all know J.K. Simmons is Omni-Man because he
Mhm.
voices every tall guy.
Every villain.
No, because he was Tenzin in The Legend of Korra.
He was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he was. Oh my god.
They got a really good cast for
they
the
got
show.
a really good cause, yeah. So moving on, what did you guys think of the love triangle between Mark? Well, it wasn't really a triangle, was it? But did you think there was some interest between Adam Eve, Mark,
I
and
love
Amber?
Adam Eve. She's a bad bitch,
Mhm.
and she's
Same
not the
here.
stereotypical like, I'm gonna be a bitch to you.
'Cause
Like
a
she's like,
big-
hey friend, like let me help you out.
Yeah.
There's like those girls that are like, I'm too cool, and like that's how a lot of people write their characters.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, I hope that she's not like that, but she's actually really nice, and she's like encouraging Mark to like, hey, you need to hang out with so and so. What was her name? I'm so sorry.
Amber.
Amber. Like, hey.
I kind of
hang
thought
out with
Amber was that character at first. Like that girl, like, I'm too cool or whatever.
Yeah, I like that she stuck up for Mark and
Yeah.
I didn't understand her reaction when Mark finally told her like, "Hey, I'm
Oh,
a
I didn't
hero."
either.
She's like, "I already knew." I was just like, "Okay, why are you upset? He's
Oh, I
saving
knew.
people."
What do you mean?
What?
What did
You
you
knew
know?
she knew already?
Well, like, yeah, like how else would have Mark's character would have progressed?
But why was her reaction
Like,
so underwhelming?
I like that it's,
Yeah.
huh?
Why was her reaction so
that way?
underwhelming? Like it kind of seemed like she didn't care.
She seemed annoyed that he
Yeah.
revealed it.
Well, a big
because-
yeah. Go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
Because it's, I honestly, how many times have we heard that excuse? This is why I say, like, how many times do we hear the excuse, I'm a superhero? And then the girl is supposed to be like,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She's
Yeah.
not she's not a, what is it?
The typical. Like,
She's not
yeah.
someone in distress or whatever
yeah,
it's
yeah.
called.
A
So
damsel
that's,
in distress.
yeah, she's not a damsel in distress, which is why I actually liked that she said that. Because I thought that was like, oh, that's great. That's a really great, like, reaction, yeah, because it's kind of saying like, and your point is like, just because you're a hero does not excuse you how I feel, or like how she feels. Like you were never honest, which he wasn't. If we're being completely honest, Mark was never honest. He did not trust her. He didn't tell her. Why didn't he tell her? He lied continuously. Like, you know.
But being a superhero, do you feel the need to reveal your identity like up front when you're dating someone?
Yeah, like if you're dating somebody, like you've only been together for a couple months, you need to protect your secret identity
Yeah.
just as much as like you want to protect their safety. But yet
Exactly.
again, you know, if she knew, I think like I understand what you're saying, Joey. Where like just because you're a superhero doesn't mean that my feelings are invalid anymore.
I think that's what the story was trying to do.
Yes, because even in Omni-Man and his wife, like a lot of the time, she's just like, oh yeah, well, you know, he's busy, and it's just like you could tell that's trying to take a toll on her, especially when she stops trusting him as much.
Yeah, which I think that's like, this is where it's digging deeper, like what it really means to be a hero, or like the consequences of being a hero, and I think like that it fit perfectly. That like, and your point is like, you know, you're still not putting any effort to the relationship.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't, like just because you're a superhero doesn't excuse you from how someone feels.
So it's just like humanizing the fact that he's a superhero. It's
Yeah.
not-
Yes, I was
it's
gonna
nothing
say.
special.
Oh, by the
Remember.
way, Mark's superhero name is Invincible.
Did we ever mention that?
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
we
mention
done
that.
that.
Yes,
I'm
we did,
sorry.
huh?
His name's Invincible. That's why the show's called Invincible.
No, his name is, and then like splatter. Yeah.
blood.
Yeah.
I like that, like, as the episodes progress, it gets bloodier.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's funny
Yes.
because I hated it.
You didn't like that?
I
Did
feel
it
like
freak
after
you
like the
out?
first 2 times, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then as it kept showing up, I was like, okay, this is getting boring.
Well, it's a
It's
running
getting-
That's an
gag.
intro.
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
why. Like that was like the most boring part of the show to me.
It was
that
like
the intro
2
was just
seconds,
repetitive.
bitch.
It's not necessary.
Oh, you're not always it. And then it would
And it's just like, okay, I get it. I thought it was funny the first 2 times.
I think it's cute. I don't know.
I think it was a cute little touch, but you know. Oh, sorry. We were talking about that. Fun fact
Oh,
about
yeah. What were you going to tell us about the fun fact about...
No,
we're talking
no.
about Amber and
Yeah,
the
Amber-
triple
Yeah.
or whatever.
Fun fact about Amber, she was actually in the comic book. She was actually written as a white girl with blonde hair. Interesting. I don't even still a white
I
girl though.
wonder if, like, the comic book just had a lot of white people.
It probably did. There was probably
And
no
it wasn't
diversity.
appealing to, like, the now generation, which our the generation now is so different.
I appreciate the diversity.
What diversity?
I wish there was
The
a.
color shade? I'm just kidding.
All right, just to wrangle things in. So,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
we thought Mark had it,
Bitch.
or at least I thought Mark had an interest in Miss Adam Eve.
That's what I thought too.
I thought
Wait,
that
what say it
I thought Mark was interested in Adam Eve at one point. Like I thought that was gonna go somewhere if it didn't work out with Amber. And then what I really liked about Adam Eve's story is that she kind of like she gets her heart broken by Rex, and then she tries to go to Mark for comfort, but then she sees that he's already happy, and so she does what any person that gets their heart broken done is she just goes into the woods and does her own thing, and I really appreciated that.
Don't know what you're talking about. I've never went
You've
to the
never
woods.
been to that.
Yeah.
I remember getting drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Talking to the floor.
But yeah, I like that. I appreciated that part of the story because it was nice to see her doing her own thing. And I thought a part of her story was gonna be that again, going back to that, how you can't help everybody.
Yeah.
And I feel like she was just going around the round trying to help everybody, and eventually that she would be met with the fact that she can't actually save everybody.
No, you know what? I like that she was presented. I'm so sorry, Kevin. You
It's
go.
okay.
I'm sorry.
A lot of
It's the Alex show.
a lot of Adam and Eve's like storyline reminded me a lot of like Sayaka in Madoka Magica,
Oh yeah.
because her whole point was wanting to become a hero to save people, but in the end it like fucked her over and she died.
Yeah, but she's
No.
alive. What do you
Sayaka
mean?
from Madoka Magica,
Who was that character
the
again?
blue one.
Oh, the one at the time.
I personally thought she did it for that boy, but
Well, she did, and then she found out like all that shit. That just like Adam and Eve, she got fucked over by a boy,
Yeah.
and then it spiraled. She spiraled out of control,
yeah.
and then it ended badly for her. So I don't know how things are gonna end for Adam and Eve.
I liked her
Do
character.
you think Adam Eve will destroy Omni-Man?
You know, that's what I'm saying.
She's pretty powerful.
She's very powerful,
Yeah, she
and
is.
they made that a good point, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think part of the show is like keeping an equilibrium with the strength, because there can only be one super powerful person or something like that. I don't
Also, I
know.
like the play on her name.
I know,
Adam
isn't it
Eve.
cute? And
Do
then,
they
like,
talk about her
it's-
emblem?
No, I kind of
they
was
never
hoping about
did.
it, but no.
I was hoping they
Yeah,
would bring it
it's
up.
An atom. It's an atom.
It's the symbol for female and an X on it.
No, it's not an X. It's an atom.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, because she can mess with atoms.
It
That's
was
her
the-
powers.
What?
Atoms, like atoms, like what are things made out of? They're made out
No,
of
we
atoms.
get that, Joey. We get it.
Wait, what are
It
things
is
made out of?
Atom Eve.
So is that the like periodic sign for Adam? Is the X?
No. Okay, look.
This, Joey?
Yes, that's
It
what
was
it is.
it was an X though.
That was not.
No, I think that's just for the drawing purposes, because when you're doing animation, you want to simplify a character's design because it gets repetitive and difficult when you
Just like the opening card.
So you're saying this is a reference to the atom symbol?
to the atoms. Yeah, because her powers is to mess with atoms.
A cross on top of the female symbol.
Yes, because that's what it represents Eve. She's naming herself Eve.
That is her name.
Yeah, Adam Eve.
That's her legal name.
Eve is her name, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Atom Eve.
But what does that have to do with the atom symbol, atomic symbol?
Yeah, there's no atomic symbol in there. It's just a big ass
like-
X in the front of the.
Oh, I spelled it.
Also, Robot is voiced by Zachary Quinto.
I don't understand.
Oh, no way.
That's disgusting.
I didn't know that. I liked his voice a lot, actually.
I didn't even
I
recognize
don't know
it.
how to explain it to you guys. It's not Adam.
No, we know it's
No, it's
Adam.
Adam. ATOM.
Oh my god.
No shit,
Yeah,
Joanne.
we knew that. I don't.
I thought you guys were saying like Adam and Eve. Like
No.
kinda-
No,
Adam
well that's the
and
play on
Eve.
that's the play on the name.
Oh
No.
my god.
Atom.
Sorry, we wasted 5 minutes of your guys' time.
Because Joey's
Why are you
illiterate.
attacking me?
All right,
Stop.
moving on. So while all that is going on between Mark and all the queens, there's somebody investigating Omni-Man.
Oh, which I love.
I loved him
That
so
was-
much
I liked
too.
him Yeah, his name is Damien.
His name is Cecil.
No, the demon.
Oh!
Wait, the demon?
You don't remember the
His
demon?
name
Dark
is
Blood?
Damien
Uh-huh.
Darkblood.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's like, so the reason I like him is because he plays homage to what's his name?
Hellboy?
Yes, Hellboy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
it. I
so,
saw it. Yeah.
he's
Visually, I
supposed to be
saw
like-
it.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like a, yeah, because I think if I'm not mistaken, all these characters are kind of sort of based off of other superheroes that exist already.
Yeah, no, yeah.
like so like Hellboy, or in not superheroes, comic books.
Yeah, comic book heroes, yeah.
So like Hellboy would be his.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyways, I like his
yeah.
character. His character was kind of cool and creepy.
I like
I like how he
talks.
appeared. Oh, I love his voice.
I
Cool,
like
do you
when
know his voice
the
character?
voice like.
no, I
his
just like
name
how
is-
how he talks.
Yes,
like he's
okay.
speaking my
Yeah.
His name is Clancy.
Jones.
Is it?
No, I don't know.
Clancy Brown.
Oh, okay.
Clancy Brown is a white guy. I don't know.
Oh.
All
I was supposed
right.
to say a close relative to Sugar Brown or whatever her name is.
But his voice is cool.
I liked him for the same reason I like the Woodsman and Over the Woods.
Wow.
Is that every time he goes on the screen, there's more plot progression because you start learning more about Omni-Man and what he was.
Yeah.
He's
he was
Mr.
up to.
Krabs.
Yeah.
Is that right? No way. That's incredible.
I love
What a
it
great
already.
voice actor.
Yeah.
Lucy's
He
doing.
plays Lex Luthor.
Okay, I can see that.
He plays he plays
Oh, the-
he's
the
from
guy.
Jack and Daxter. He plays the guy from I don't know his name. He has the big N in his forehead in Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Nitro
The
or
doctor,
something,
Doctor
right?
something. I
And
don't
he
know.
also plays the villain, the mask one. He's actually, yeah, he's a real well-known voice actor.
I thought you were gonna say he's a real person.
Like, no, really, wow.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
He's an AI.
Anyways, that character's amazing.
That
He's
character's
probably
really
my
good.
favorite. I'm just gonna say it
Yeah,
now.
I liked him a lot
Just,
too.
you know.
I was very sad when they exercised him.
Yes.
Yeah, that was like that was like backstabbing.
Mhm.
Personally.
But do you think they're gonna bring him back though?
Of course they're gonna bring him back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at this
I
point,
kind
there's
of
no.
felt like they had to do it.
At this point, there's no real need for him, sadly. But I mean, why not bring him
Well,
back?
he
for
did
fun?
escape hell, from my understanding.
He already did it, yeah, once. So I mean, he could get out again. But again, there's not a real need for him because he's a detective, man, and he already did his job. He gave the book to, what's her face, and she already figured it out. You don't remember the book?
Oh yeah.
Which that also played a tribute to the Book of the Dead. No.
The Book of the Dead.
Is that a
it like
superhero
Death
thing?
Note?
The Necronomicon.
From Evil Dead.
The Necronomicon.
The Necronomicon. The
Oh, is that what it's
Necronomicon.
called?
Yeah, that's what it's
Yeah,
called.
the Necronomicon.
The Necronomicon.
The Evil Dead book.
The
The
Necronomicon.
Necronomicon.
Yeah. But his was a notepad.
Ah!
Sorry. I just got all excited because of that.
Joey knows it all. I'm just kidding.
What was the question?
Anyway, moving on.
Not-
Parallel to Damien, what was his name? Damien
David
Darkblood.
Darkblood.
Was what's his face? Was it Cecil?
Cecil.
He kind of followed him along in the progression of figuring out what Omni-Man was up to, basically.
Well, Cecil knew.
he
had the idea. He just got the confirmation from, what was his name?
Damien Darkblood.
Darkblood. He got the
Mhm.
confirmation from Darkblood. I personally really like Cecil. What is Mark's mom's name? I keep on saying
I
mom.
keep forgetting too.
Who, the mom?
Yes.
I got it for you.
Thank you.
Samantha.
No, it's
I know.
Daddy.
Debbie.
Oh, it is Debbie.
Okay, yeah. So I don't understand the hostility with Debbie, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's kind of confusing. I personally really like Cecil. I think he, this is what I think I heard or from what I read. The government does play a bigger part in protecting the world, and it's not so dependent on the superheroes. In that one scene, I don't know if you guys recall, they were in Paris, and that's when
Cecil came in, and
Yeah.
saved everybody. And
he
stuff,
saved that organization saved them. It wasn't Omni-Man that had to.
Yeah.
So they're not very independent, but they're independent enough, and they still try to figure out ways to neutralize Omni-Man if they could.
I think I
So that's what I guess I liked from that.
I like the blood and the gore.
Thank you.
Did you guys like all the ass?
I like the
There's
blood and
so
the
much
gore.
Well, because, okay, you know in typical cartoons, they do that flat ass for the men.
Oh yeah.
There was none of that in the show, and I was like, thank you.
You just have Omni-Man turning around and knocking
And there's
Debbie over
this,
with his ass.
and there's just there's an actual ass. There's an anatomy there. I'm like, thank you, God, finally. Don't give me that Overwatch ass. That's just like.
I don't know what to say to that. I wasn't paying attention to the ass.
I was
really
looking every
wasn't.
single time. I'll rewatch it just for that.
I guess I could see what you're saying. I guess I could see
They gave
it
us
has,
that
curviness.
Pyramid Head Dead by Daylight ass.
A day by day. I wonder it's because it's an adult show that they don't care about censoring.
It's just ass. There's clothes over it.
Everybody, which I thought was
Yeah.
great.
So might as well show a little bit of booty. You know?
And Cecil had a dump truck. I'm just
Which,
kidding.
if you really think about it, your typical superhero movies, they can't do that.
Show.
They have to censor, huh?
Show.
Sorry.
I literally just said that, Joey. God.
They have to censor it for ratings or whatnot. And I don't think in this one that was their intention.
The issue, yeah, but
I don't think their audience were children.
No, I mean, no, it wasn't for children.
But would you show this to a child, though?
I
I would show it to
mean,
a teenager. I would say
yeah.
that this is important because I think superheroes are not
All glorious as they should
yeah,
be.
they're not gods, and I think they did a good job. What's his name gets his fucking ass kicked?
Mark?
Mark.
constantly.
Yeah.
It was like the whole last episode was just him.
the
getting-
whole
The
season.
whole season.
Up until the very end.
I really don't think there was a fight that he won.
Yeah, that's
if
true,
you really
actually,
think about
yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's fight at the, like the college. The guy just killed himself instead.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna die.
It's not worth it.
That's true. That's a good point.
And then when he's fighting those robots, the 3 robots, the gay one ends up fighting the rest.
That's what he said.
Oh, no?
That's the fight before that.
No.
In the college?
Why are
Yeah,
you
when he like
attacking me?
when he stabs himself on the like
Oh
the,
my god, Joey, you're not gonna get the mic
the
anymore.
sundial.
Shut up.
Yeah, see?
Huh?
The Robocop, the 3 Robocops underneath.
I like that you call them Robocops.
Yeah,
what
they
they
were
look
Yeah, they
at
do
the
look like that.
college. Is not that what you talked about?
Yeah, but the first time that they encounter one, the guy like stabbed himself on the
Yeah.
sundial.
And then the
Oh, I
3
forgot.
of them, one of them is the gay guy.
Which that part kind of bothers me, like when the William's friend like regained consciousness, and the government took him in. Like,
And they never
what
brought him
happened to
back. I wish they would have brought him back.
They just
yeah.
they could have confirmed. Oh, he's okay now.
He's okay. He's
There's,
dead.
I
Give me
mean, there's a lot of
something,
things
yeah.
that were just kind of dropped.
Yeah.
If you really think about it.
Like the old lady that
Like-
he saved. Did she live or did she die?
No, she died.
I like
girl.
how-
She died.
Yeah,
Oh.
she dies. They say that
Oh,
she
okay,
dies.
Mhm.
Like, I think that William could have had a bigger part and he didn't.
I'm sure he does in the comics.
I think, yeah, like, I think in the season they did a really bad job.
Oh, that's
like,
another fact.
it's just-
Another fun fact.
Oh yeah.
Throughout the comic book, William is constantly asking Mark to let him wear his suit
Oh, that's cute.
Why?
because he's gay and he wants
Oh
to be
my
in
god.
it.
All right, moving on with the plot. So, so Darkblood gets
Don't
Oh,
laugh.
speaking of Darkblood, did you guys notice that anytime he appeared, it got cold?
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
villain.
I was
No,
like,
villain.
that's it's cool.
Oh, I
And they'll be
didn't
like,
hear
"Clear
you
the
say
room."
that. Yeah, I didn't hear it, but that was cool.
I loved it.
so anyway, he gets exercise, but he leaves behind a book for
Yeah,
what was
he
her
ran
name
a mile.
again?
Debbie.
Ms. Debbie, and then she figures out about the suit that Omni-Man was so adamant about keeping for some reason. The suit that he wore when he killed the
Well, yeah, it had the blood of the guardians
yes,
on
and he hid it somewhere, and she found it. And then now we're starting to figure out that Omni-Man is the killer, and now we just need to figure out why.
What is the motive?
And yeah, and we don't really
What's the
figure that out until
reason?
later, right?
Well, he hints at it.
Mm-hmm.
If you pay attention to his dialogue,
Like throughout the show.
yeah, throughout the show, he'll hint at it.
Oh, because he'll always like throw in like, oh, why does this matter? Or like, none of this
Or,
matters.
like we
and
have
stuff
more
like-
responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
like
no,
his
no.
character development really does progress. Like you start, like why does he keep wanting to train Mark so hard?
Mm.
Why is he a hard ass on Mark?
And suddenly, like,
And-
yeah.
Sort of like all of a sudden he has no interest to Debbie,
Mm-hmm.
which is why we get Debbie who doesn't like, who gets like worried, and now everyone's like looking at him as like the villain, and he knows it, and he plays like very well the character
Mhm.
of like you are suspicious, so you know something's up, and he'll say like little things, like he mentions that he's not from here
A
Yeah.
lot,
Well,
yeah.
a lot. And then you kind of get the idea of like, okay, so you're not from here, so that means you don't care about these people. So then there's that. And then I think the episode that I think I was like, oh, I think I know what's going to happen is when the invasion happens.
Which one?
The first alien invasion.
Yeah, why is that?
Because he goes into their world and
that's
he says,
right. That's right.
you're not allowed to take over this
Oh,
world.
Oh,
this
you're
planet is
right.
not yours to conquer.
Yeah.
That's
And I
right.
said,
I never thought of
"Oh,
that.
That's his motive
I
then.
completely went over
So
my
I
head.
was like, so he's gonna take over this world or Earth, but how? And I think that's where Mark comes in. I think there's two plots here that are trying to be worked out, but yeah.
I didn't put that together. I just thought that was his like catchphrase for like, you leave this planet alone. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that's how I took it. But I guess it was vague enough that like, you know. But that is a good writing on the show's part because you can figure it out on your own if you pay
Yeah.
attention enough, right?
Yeah. Like if you watch it for the first time, you don't really get it, and then if you rewatch it, if you
Mhm.
rewatch it, it's like, oh shit, he basically
He was
said,
being an
like,
asshole from
that
the
was
beginning.
their
yeah.
that was his planet. No, yeah.
Yeah. So moving on,
Intense.
we found out that he has a motive, but we just need to figure it out first. And they try to get to Mark before Omni-Man gets to Mark because it turns out Mark is probably the only person that's gonna be able to stop Omni-Man if he whatever he's trying to do, right? So that big final showdown in the end is them trying to get Mark away from Omni-Man, but they end up meeting anyway, and that's when we learn the truth. And that's when that last couple of episodes happens. What did you guys think about that?
What? Sorry.
No, what were we gonna say?
Can we bring up one thing? Because I remember Kevin wanted to bring up before we get to that point.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. Can we talk about like something before we get to that point? Because
Yeah,
like, it kind of ties into.
I mean,
the
we're almost
ending.
done anyway, so yeah, go ahead.
The Immortal.
Yeah, what was your fun fact about him?
Yeah.
Oh, the Immortals, Abraham Lincoln.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
His past
right.
lives
Yeah,
is
one of his
Abraham
past
Lincoln.
lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even like catch on to that.
Or is it his past lives, or
No, he
was
is
his?
He wasn't well because he
Yeah,
doesn't die,
okay.
right?
Yeah, he doesn't die. He just keeps on
Yeah.
living.
Mhm.
So what is his powers then? So he just keeps on living?
Yeah, he's immortal.
I think he
Yeah,
has
'cause-
strength.
Because
and flight.
No, but like, how does he die?
they keep. I think as long as they keep putting back together, he just continues to live.
No, his head got chopped off, and when your head gets chopped off, that was him dead. So remember that episode when the kids are digging up his grave, and they're like, "If
Oh,
you,"
we're gonna drink from his skull.
they were
Yeah,
kids,
like,
teenagers. Sorry,
Yeah.
if they were teenagers.
I think they're like the gigantic guys, blue people.
No,
No,
they
no,
were
no, no,
kids
no.
digging it up first.
Yeah.
And then they show up and they're like, "That's our body" or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, so they were digging it, and it was a legend. If you drink from his head, you'll get immortality.
Yeah.
Oh.
So at that point, the twins,
Reanimate his body.
Yeah.
they come and they're like, "Oh, that's ours." So the twins come into play because they know how to create clones, and Robot wanted a clone of Rex's body because he's a poor little soul that's deformed and lives in a tube. So he wants the body. I'm sorry.
That's true.
So yeah, when they were doing that, they had a side mission, and they wanted to get Omni-Man to work for them. Not Omni-Man. I'm sorry, the Immortal to work for them.
Oh yes, yes.
So that's why
right.
they brought the Immortal back. But the Immortal came back, and he was angry because he remembered what happened. And then that kind of transitions to the final episodes of who's gonna get to Mark first, what is Mark gonna see, and what's gonna happen.
So we're at the end of the show.
Yeah. So yeah. Go.
Yeah. Do you want to do it?
Dive in. Yeah.
So Omni-Man meets up with Mark and he tells him the truth, the whole truth. And it gets ugly because
After he kills the Immortal.
yeah,
for a
because it gets
second
ugly
time.
because Immortal comes back and they're broadcasting this on the news and everybody now is seeing
Oh,
that
yeah.
Omni-Man has ulterior motives. And Debbie also hears about everything that Omni-Man actually thought about her the entire time.
Can we talk about how fucked up it is that he said that she was his pet?
She was the pet, yeah.
That was the most fucked up thing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm not able to say that, but that was the most messed up thing ever, because right when he said that, it goes to Debbie being devastated, and from Debbie, Mark just being like,
What the?
What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
and he said, "But you love Mom."
Mhm.
And then Omni-Man says, "I do love your mom, but
As a
not
pet.
like a pet."
Yeah.
And that was just messed up because that was years of relationship
Yeah.
that Debbie invested in. That's his mom. It was his dad. That was a happy family for him, and that was just shredded in seconds.
Yeah.
Right, Joey?
Are you gonna say what?
Also, I really like the design of like that tentacle monster thing.
Yeah,
It was very like
yeah,
Cthulhu.
she was very cool.
Yeah. How did she die? Like, what did they do? Like, I
They,
remember.
they just knock her out. I don't
They- oh,
think she
they did?
dies again. Yeah, they just knock her
Oh,
out.
I just remember seeing her like on the floor, and I was like, what happened?
They zap her with electricity and
Nine.
Mark he grabs the wires and it zaps her.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So it just knocks them out,
Yeah,
but I don't think it
yeah.
dies. Yeah.
That thing was cool.
Mhm. But yeah, so what did you guys think of the ending at that point?
Well, I feel like Omni-Man feels bad.
Oh, yeah.
You want to elaborate?
I know that sounds so.
I made an oopsie.
That
And
that
then
sounds so
leaves.
generic, but
Like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Taking it a
Ooh.
little too hard.
Yeah.
They're gonna call Child Protective Services on me.
Do you want to like summarize why you felt that way?
not really.
Oh my god.
What?
Like,
Try not to laugh. So I just
that's all I'm gonna say.
give me this. Give me this.
What do you guys think?
I thought it was fucked up.
It was.
The ending?
Yeah, like
It
he
was-
seems so
yeah.
sorry.
Sorry. You go. You
He
go.
seems like at first, like the show, like leading up to the very end, he seems, I guess, quote unquote, proud of his son and wants him to be like a Viltrumite or whatever, and then he just beats the shit out of him, and he no remorse. Like his face is all fucked, gushing everywhere, and it's just like, I thought you were like proud of your son. I thought you wanted him to be part of like your lineage or whatever.
But that's because you're human, and he's not human.
Yeah, I know, but that's how
Omni-Man is what is he?
He's a Viltrumite.
Yeah, he does. That's what they're trying to explain, is that he doesn't have the same feelings as humans. And I think what they ended it is that Omni-Man is being a little bit more human without him realizing it. And I think that's why he takes off. That's what I was trying to say, but I didn't know how to say it.
Well, there you go.
There you go, ladies
Full
and gentlemen.
circle.
There's the whole ending. What do I think now? I think that he's going to change. I think that he's going to be a good guy in the end. This is my suspicions.
Ooh.
No. Because
then-
you
and then-
know exactly what's going to happen.
And then the
This
plot
is
twist
Joey's
is Mark.
corner of the
No,
donut.
No, I wanted to go off.
Just a
what-
little.
Go off, sis.
Yeah.
Based on what you were saying,
I think Mark is like really a gateway to that for sure, though.
In
Like-
what way? Can you
like-
elaborate?
like changing.
Like
for
Debbie
his
was
son.
never enough for Omni-Man to really be or take on the culture of a human.
Would you
right?
say she was a Debbie Downer in his life?
You know, there's a skit. That's a skit, the Debbie Downer SNL. Anyways, I think Mark is the.
Our audience can't see
Yeah,
that.
I don't know what
I
that
don't
is.
know how
yeah.
to see that. Like it's the bridge.
Yes,
It's the
yes.
bridge between.
Would
Humanity
you say
and
that Mark
superhero.
marks the
No,
change in
humanity
Omni-Man?
and whatever he is.
Superhero.
No, he's a Viltrumite.
Well, okay,
Well,
but-
he's half human, half Viltrumite.
The show, like, overall, like, overarching is about bringing humanity to superheroes. That's why a lot of the plot points is about, like, your secret identity kind of being more of a burden on humanity, because if you're not being human, if you're not, like, putting in time to make the people that you love feel happy. And that's what the show's all about, is because, like, Amber doesn't like Mark anymore because he's not, like, being there for her the way that a person would. And that's what it's always about, is just bringing people back down to humanity, because, you know, it's better than being a heartless, like, you know,
Viltrumite.
Viltrumite superhero, yeah.
But he's becoming like the Grinch. His little heart.
I'm not saying he's not. What are you talking about?
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
What if Viltrumites don't have hearts?
We'll never know. Just kidding.
And if anything,
Until they do like an autopsy of one.
Omni-Man is a victim of, like,
No, they can't cut him.
Oh shit, you're right.
Oh, they can't?
Yeah.
Mm.
No, they can't cut
Yeah,
his blood at all.
yeah.
His
yeah.
blood?
Yeah. They're
can't be
testing
pierced.
Mark's blood.
Oh.
Omni-Man's a victim of, like, a system that kind of corrupted him, because from the very beginning, his entire race was about, like, just survival of the fittest,
Oh,
quote
yeah,
unquote, which is a real issue we have, like, in life, is that people think that, like, individuality and only the strongest survive and stuff like
That's
that,
the
which
extreme.
isn't true, because part of being a person and being a loving person is taking care of people who are lesser than you and loving them, because even though they can't do anything for you. So, yeah. Did you get any of that, Joey?
No.
Oh, God.
I still believe that Omni-Man's going to be good.
I'm not saying
I'm
he's
cheering
not.
him.
I'm not saying he's not.
I'm not saying that you're thinking
Oh, okay,
otherwise.
okay.
both
Then why'd you
not.
say no?
It did seem like you were like, no, I don't believe what you're saying.
I don't know what you're saying.
You don't understand
You're
what I'm
using like
saying?
big words.
Oh my god.
Like that.
Don't say the, please. It's
And?
stupid.
All I understand from that is that it basically
Things
it's
in
the
his mind
human
are just
side
like,
of being a superhero.
Is what?
It's the human side. It's
What's
like what
the
it means to
dog?
be human. Like even like
Yeah,
if you're a superhero.
it's just bringing superheroes down to human level,
Yeah,
basically,
which is-
because
yeah.
Once again, humanizing superheroes.
humanizing
Yeah,
superheroes.
humanly.
To put
We
it
heard it again.
Oh,
We
I-
heard it before.
it's
That's-
Full
the same-
circle.
It's the same fucking thing. We're all saying the
But
same
I think
thing.
in this one it's just like with this story.
I suppose I gave a long-winded version of that answer, but it's the same thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
Luis. Come on.
Whatever.
Some of
Oh
us
my
can't
God.
keep up with that.
All right, I'll put my thesaurus apparently away. I'm sorry. Joey, what's a thesaurus?
What is that? No, what is it?
It
Sorry.
has the word "the" in it.
Is that a dinosaur?
Thesaurus. Yeah.
What was the
I
topic?
no, what we think about the final fight,
Oh.
basically. I felt like I know we shouldn't be using the word, but I was expecting more of a fight from Mark, and in my mind that's the cliche superhero expectation of, yeah, he's gonna beat him up, and that's what I said. It's
Oh,
not
that
the
he was gonna
happy
save
ending.
everyone.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's not the happy ending that we were expecting. A lot of people died for Omni-Man to show a point that these are just humans and we could get rid of them. Look at, we're doing it right now. I'm using your face to kill all these people on the subway.
Yeah.
And a lot of people died, and it wasn't a happy ending. A lot of humans died, and a lot Mark emotionally and physically like beat up, and then the mother going through it too. I don't think it was a happy ending in any way at all, because Amber's still kind of upset with Mark. Mark doesn't know what to do because he was already kind of thinking like, I don't want to be a hero. Maybe I just want to go to college. Maybe I want to do this. And now his life is all messed up because he's the son of Omni-Man. And now that's just like,
Yeah.
what to do?
we
What's,
end up
what's
with-
the next step?
With a lot of victims, with an Omni-Man being a victim too. I really believe that the system that he was raised in screwed him over. He would be a much better person, and he has the capacity to love clearly because he changed his mind at the end about destroying all humanity. So
Yeah.
Which, like, I know, like, I don't want to say it because I feel like he's gonna say no.
what?
Which isn't in that way like a happy ending.
No.
Because the Earth didn't technically die.
The Earth didn't, but you
Yeah,
like humanity, like, and his objective is to destroy all of humanity.
Mhm.
And clearly his objective was obstructed. He stopped and he left. So yes, they didn't stop him, but he also didn't like kill Earth. But I guess this goes again like with how you view things, right? Like it's kind of like goes with like, would you rather kill a handful of people or all of humanity? And I would honestly say kill a handful of people because, you know, this is all of humanity. And in a sense, we did kind of get a happy ending because Omni-Man did not kill everybody, which he could have. Or which he can eventually. Which I'm saying, like, this is like it's a bittersweet ending. Sort of. Like,
So are you saying it could have been worse than what?
You just wanted the carnage then, didn't you?
He did. He
He was
wanted
just
the
like, I just
death
wanted to
and
see
the-
everybody die.
He likes blood. He likes death. He
That
wanted
would have
to
been a
laugh a little bit
satisfying
more.
ending.
look, let
Does
me
it turn you on, you sicko?
I think I get what you mean. It was leading towards a
Yeah.
deconstruction, and then it ended up just being exactly what it was trying to parody, I guess.
What is the villain's motives here? Like, what is the villain's motive?
to
Who's the villain?
destroy Omni-Man?
What is his motives?
To destroy the world and take it over.
He's take over the entire Earth, right?
Mhm.
Did that happen?
No.
Exactly.
So then, in the end,
Is
the
it a
heroes
happy
win.
ending?
Yeah.
Yeah, the heroes did technically
Quote
win.
unquote win.
We,
yeah.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I know it's not like the happy ending we expected, but it's what we got. And I'm probably using a bad analogy. No, I'm not even gonna say it.
You got sucked in by this idea that you were gonna get something that wasn't a superhero story, and then it turned out to just be a superhero story. Is what you're trying to tell us, right?
No, I was just something else, but yeah, it's also
Superhero Cinderella story.
You're gonna whack me or you're not.
Do you like agree or disagree with what like that though? Like, what do you think like about my perspective on that?
No,
I think
agree
you're
with
wrong,
that.
and no, I'm just kidding.
Do you want to say?
I kind of agree to an extent.
Yeah, which of course.
Yeah, but who knows what's gonna happen? Honestly,
Which I still think that.
like he could literally just come back by himself, or he could come back with all of Viltrum and just fuck shit up.
Exactly.
Who knows? Yeah.
Okay, but
Speaking
this
on the show
is,
specifically.
This is me like now like debunking like story based, right? If he does, then we won't have a story. Then that means that's it.
It could be.
This is the plot hole, right? They could all come and you could just take over. That's that, because they're literally powerful.
Yeah.
Like one of them is enough.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like 10 of them? That's what I'm saying. I think Omni-Man is gonna change, and I think that's why they give us that ending. I know you know. I kind of want you to tell me.
I told you guys I know.
Like, yeah, I think he's gonna turn, and I think what's gonna end up. This is just a theory, of
Yeah.
course, is that he's gonna stop them because of what you said, because of the system that he comes from.
That he broke out of it.
Yes, because I think that he realizes, that you could probably have a different kind of system. Like, you don't need to do that.
Mm.
Thank you. I do want to play off of what you said about humanizing. What was it? Superheroes being
Yeah,
humanized?
humanizing superheroes.
Because in maybe a couple episodes, not a couple episodes, maybe like an episode before the finale, Omni-Man is practicing what he's gonna say
Oh, you're
to
right. Yeah, he is.
Mark.
Mark.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think the original plan for him was to tell Mark, and not only tell Mark, but to have his mom be part of it. And then I think the rage and the frustration kind of took over, and he's just like, "You're not agreeing with me," and then that was just like, you know what? I'm not even human. Why am I trying to like tell you?
Yeah.
Like, why am I trying to reason with you? We're gonna do this because it's our mission to do it. And I think that's why he kind of like freaked out and used his face as a boulder. But I do see where you're coming from in the sense that it was like that, not stereotypical because it wasn't stereotypical ending, but it was kind of like, okay, we kind of no, but but we kind of get the point, not the point. We kind of get the hint that it wasn't gonna end in the Earth's destruction. Because if that was the case, then we wouldn't have a season 2. And then if that was the case, then what was the point of one season of a show and then, like, everybody dies and everything? So it looks like it was going to be a continuous story.
Yeah, like, in that sense, like, that's why I feel like it's, like, it falls into, like, the typical, like, hero thing. Because you can see where the plot's going to go. Because, obviously, it wouldn't make sense. Like, and then, like, hypothetically, if they do, then who would save them, right? Like, nobody. Mm-hmm. Well, not nobody. I already have a suspicion of who, but...
Oh, you said Adam Eve.
No, I think that Adam Eve. I also think the Martians, maybe. I also think that... Or not Martians. I think they're Earth, right? They made a comment about that they speak Earth or some shit like that.
Oh,
or English.
when that one episode where Mark goes to Mars.
And also the other alien. Mm-hmm. The alien that does, like, Alan, the whole Guardian. Yeah, Alan. Yeah, so... And I think it's also going to be Mark. Or Omni-Man. I don't know, I think he's going to help.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, wait, what?
That's what I'm saying, like, this is where, I kind of, like, see it.
Heading.
Yeah. Like... Yeah.
Do you think Omni-Man could have pleaded his case a little better way than just killing everybody?
No.
No.
I think it was perfect.
I don't think so either.
I think it was beautiful.
Like, he was trying to say,
I
like...
think he showed the world
that he
is capable of.
Yeah, that everybody's just fleeting.
And it was just amazing. It was like...
You think there were steps he could have taken before doing that, maybe?
No, he's not human. He's not human. Like...
He was going to take steps before, remember? But the plans were kind of ruined when Cecil stepped in and the alien stepped in, and then he wanted to do it in a light that was like, okay, like, come on, like, join me. But then Immortal came, and then Mark sees him kill the Immortal for the second time. He's like, what are you doing? So it was already tainted from when he saw him kill the Immortal.
That's a good point.
His views, at least. And then he was like, is somebody controlling you? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, this is me. But then it would have been different if Cecil, the Immortal, were not part of that.
Yeah,
maybe he could have talked to him and he would have been confused. I don't think he would join him because he is still human. But I don't think all that craziness would have happened. I think his plans were ruined.
Well, I think Alan said it too. He's like, if I had told you that there was a Viltrumite on your planet, things would have played out differently. Like, it would have happened probably the same, but a little bit different, you know. So Omni-Man's biggest turning point too was when he had the flashback of Mark as a little kid. Like,
oh yeah.
And here's my question to you guys: is like, do you think?
Give it to me.
I love the idea of like kids being like
fill me in,
representative of like humanity and like happiness, but like, does it take a kid to realize what humanity is like special for?
I think it's his son.
Well, okay, but because Miss Debbie, she was like, oh, we look at the kids and we see like what being a person is about, right? And I was like, don't you think there's other things you can do to realize how great life is before having a kid?
I don't think it's the fact that it's the kid. I think she's pretty much describing like this is what it's like to be human.
But they see it in the kid, though, is what I mean.
But I don't think that's like. I think they use the kid as the metaphor.
No, well, because her point was like her point was we have kids so that we can be reminded of what makes us happy in life.
But that's also
Honestly,
what
I
being
know
human is, no?
I know what scene you're talking about, but I didn't pay close attention
Oh,
to it.
Joey, please.
All I know, I know,
I'm just kidding.
but all I know is that I know that that has something to do with like that it clicked in him.
It did, yes.
Like
it
that's
did.
that's why I said like I think Mark is like his segue to like becoming human or adapt or in what is the word when an immigrant moves over to a different country, they what do they call it?
They immigrate.
And then they assimilate. He's assimilating to the human culture.
Human culture,
Mhm.
yeah.
And
I
that's
see what you're
yeah.
saying.
So
See, look, this is what I meant.
Or going native.
Yeah, this is
Going
this is what I
native.
meant when I was saying that like Omni-Man was so proud of his son, and just for him to just easily just turn and just beat the crap out of him.
yeah, which is why I'm saying like that's not part of his culture.
Yeah,
That's not
but
part
it's
of
something
his
that he's
system.
learned.
Well, building on that, Omni-Man, again, his culture failed him because they led him to believe that like we don't care about people who
Yeah.
are weaker than us, and then that kind of gets tested because again, something that Mark says to him, because one of the things that Omni-Man never probably considered is that he could have someone that loves him for a very long time. Because when Mark was like when he was like, "What are you gonna have after they die?" He's like, "Well, I'm gonna have you, Dad." And that just shows that everybody all of his Viltrumites kind of just abandon each other and like they don't show each other compassion and love that way. Because Omni-Man didn't even consider that he could have Mark for a longer time more than he would have Debbie.
Yeah.
And that clicked in his head too. Is like, oh, there's chances of love. There's something that exists there more than just being a
Yeah.
Viltrumite.
That's true.
Can I answer your question?
What was it again? I'm
You
so
said
sorry.
it was kids.
Yeah, what did you think about that?
Like you said, there are other things that maybe humans could see, like, wow, this is like worth living.
Yeah, this
for.
is worth living for. Yeah.
We can't really make the assumption that the planet Viltron or whatever it was called doesn't have sceneries or like communities or stuff like that that we have.
Mm-hmm.
But creating a life, I think it was like something new for him because he never experienced that.
Mm-hmm. Or something that had new meaning, at least in
Yeah,
that
it
culture.
was new.
Populate
Who?
them, the vulture, whatever.
I think they do, because why else would he have a child?
Like he's clearly capable.
I'm sure, like if he was sent out to quote unquote conquer Earth, they have to blend in somehow, and obviously like having a child would blend in. So I'm assuming the other Viltrums that were sent to other worlds would do the same in those worlds.
But he said two things about like.
Oh, that they on Veltron they were killing one another and their population decreased.
Yeah.
Very small.
So he probably didn't even have a family to begin with
Yeah,
himself.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
His system failed him, basically.
yeah, like I don't think his intentions were to have a baby, and I think he
Hmm.
did have a baby, and I think that, and then the way he grew that baby up was different than how he was. So like.
That's true, because I think you're right. Because I think he was hoping that that Mark wouldn't get his powers, so that he wouldn't have to be responsible for Mark after the matter. Like I think he thought disposing of Mark would have probably been easier than keeping him a longer time, because he just doesn't understand what that means is to have a kid.
Well, that would make more sense in his culture because Mark is weaker than him.
And he would just get rid of him.
Yeah.
Why are they trying to take over the planets? Is what I want to know.
They just want to
Did they
extend their
specify?
range. No.
I didn't really think about it until now.
Oh,
But-
and no, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, I was about to bop
I will
you with
literally
this fucking
leave.
mic.
The show kind of sets it up in a very cliche manner, like the whole overpowered villain that can dispatch anyone quickly, and then like the rookie that kind of sucks and keeps getting beat up, and then it ends with like the rookie winning, and that's the only part that's not the cliche. Is that it doesn't end like that. It gives you what it is. The villain wins, quote unquote wins, until he realizes that he has some humanity, even though he's not human. But that's the part that I don't get, is how he seems to hate humans, but doesn't also take into consideration that his son is also human.
He doesn't hate them.
Well, he's very like, oh, they're lesser than us.
Yeah.
He's apathetic towards them.
I don't think he really cares if they die.
But he does see them as lesser than him.
Yeah, no difference.
But why doesn't he see it in his son, even though his son is human as well?
No, I
Shut
was
up.
saying, do you know what apathetic means?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have his dictionary.
Do you know what pathetic
Let me
means?
get my thesaurus.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Keep on
Isn't
going.
it like where you don't
Keep on
sympathize
going.
with them? Or, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Go ahead.
So yeah, that's like, I feel like that's kind of like a plot hole, is that his son is a human, but he doesn't see him as a human. He just sees him as the half
Viltrumite?
that he is, the Viltrumite half. Yeah.
Yeah, he leans towards more of the Viltrumite.
Yeah. And then like when they show like that scene of like I guess their little Viltrum army going off into other planets to conquer them or marinate them for Viltrum. No, well that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm calling it. Because that's pretty much what they're doing.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm assuming if Nolan has the idea to like have his own child, I'm sure someone in Viltrum will eventually have that idea as well somewhere
Oh,
else.
you think?
So wouldn't it eventually just leave off like with a bunch of half Viltrums everywhere?
No, there's an idea.
Yeah.
You're
Like,
saying this can't be the only case.
yeah, this won't be the only. Yeah, this can't possibly be the only case. Like,
Well,
they're
you're wrong.
Anyway.
Because
their civilization may be like small, but I'm sure it's like big enough to have multiple people have the same idea of wanting to reproduce. Not necessarily start a family.
The only rebuttal that I would think that I can say
No
to
one cares.
that is like because of what what he explains about his, like, the mere fact that like Omni-Man had a fucking child is already like weird as it is.
Is it though?
Yeah. Why would he have a child if you know he's gonna like fucking destroy the earth?
Maybe it was an accident or just it's guilty.
No, I know. I
pleasure.
think it is an
Oh,
accident.
you think it was an accident?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really, sorry, yeah.
No. Go ahead.
No, I don't know. Like, that's my only rebuttal to it.
Yeah.
Like, I get what you're saying, but I don't think, what are they called? Viltrums? Or
Yeah.
whatever? I don't think it's part of their, like,
Culture.
their culture.
Then how do they reproduce?
I think
How do they
that's
have
the
more?
thing. I don't think because if you think about it,
They just come into being.
because if you pay attention to his philosophy,
Mhm.
he says that nothing matters. That they're just gonna live forever and ever. So why does it matter? And then he even says like, I could just kill you and just make another if I wanted to.
So then he knows he can make another. So
Yeah.
then that means he's not the only one who can.
But
who
I think
knows
that reveals more of a humanity side than that, because I think he feels sympathetic.
Yeah, well, I agree with what Joey's saying because if you think about it, they've dwindled their numbers down so much to the point that only the people who really believe in the system are left. So there's probably only
And
like
they're like the strongest fucking people.
yeah, there's probably only like 60 of them left, and they all have this very strong belief. I think we just got very lucky with Omni-Man developing feelings for the
How
humans.
fucked up would it be if
Yes,
Nolan was
and
like
that's
the
where I
weakest?
think-
What happened?
I said, how fucked up would it be if Nolan was the weakest Viltrum out of all of them?
That would be
That
funny,
would
yeah.
make for a great story, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think this is why I feel like this is the beginning of Hero of the Galaxy.
A Shiro?
A Shiro.
And he's pansexual.
All right, so let's give our final rating for the show. What did we think
No,
overall?
wait,
Robin wasn't done.
Oh, you're not done yet?
Well, no. Yeah, I
Oh.
was done, but we never talked about our favorite characters or least favorite characters.
You guys still
Okay.
want to do that?
Oh.
Luis, you're so done.
No, I'm not done. I just, people
Since
got
we're
work.
already here, I'll start off.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, get it.
I weirdly, no reason, absolutely no reason, but I really like Alan the Alien. I don't know why, I just really like his character.
I like his name.
Like, he seems so innocent. Like, when he came across and he just fought
He's
Mark
just bad
the
at
first
his
time,
job,
and he
yeah.
just, it seems so innocent.
People.
Oh, that's
Or
true,
I
yeah.
should be like,
Yeah. Like, he didn't seem malicious. Like, they were just fighting, but he didn't seem malicious in any way, shape, or form. And then when he came back, he seemed genuinely worried about Mark living in a planet that had a Viltrumite in it. So I just like that. And then also Adam Eve. I really like her character. I think she's
do you
badass.
dislike? Oh,
I fucking
sorry.
hate Rex. I just can't. I hate his character. I hate his attitude. His costume is ugly. He looks like a fucking firefighter.
And I don't get his power either.
I don't get his powers. The coins that he's throwing.
He's supposed to be like,
Yes,
Yes, thank you.
But with
Jubilee.
coins, like quarters, if you don't have quarters, you can't do it or what?
I don't know.
He does run out at one point.
No,
I think
it's
it's sorta like-
whatever he touches turns
Yeah.
into like ash or
Oh.
something. Not ash, but like
It's-
fire or something.
Jubilee and who's the other one?
What other one? I
no,
thought it was just Jubilee.
No, he's another X-Men character.
Oh,
It's the,
don't ask me about X-Men because I don't know.
Do you know?
Like the fire guy?
Oh,
no, it's the guy with the cards.
Jumbo.
Gambit.
Thank you.
Gambit. Oh,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
He
yeah.
has like the
I thought-
abilities of Gambit.
I thought Gambit was like telekinetic.
No, he touches things and they explode.
Oh.
Gambit?
Yeah, that's why he has cards. So he tosses them and then they go.
Oh, okay.
But this guy looks like fireworks, so it looks like Jubilee.
Yeah, Jubilees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue.
Um,
Probably got that.
I kind of didn't care for Robot.
Ah.
Is that right? Why is
Yeah,
that?
I don't know. I kind of just didn't give
You
a
didn't
shit
feel
about
for
him.
his character at all?
No,
You
and,
didn't
and
find
now
him
that I know that
interesting?
he's voiced by Zachary Quinto, I care less. Because I fucking hate Zachary Quinto.
All right, viewers.
I don't think the new one is though.
The Rudy.
The
I don't.
little- yeah, I don't think-
He's probably voiced by
No,
the same guy.
It is. It's voiced by the same guy. He just has a smaller voice.
Yeah, so we
A
probably
smaller
won't see
voice?
him anymore. Maybe.
I hope not.
Hmm.
Wait, wasn't there more robots? Didn't he bring in more robots?
Well, they're all
He makes,
controlled.
yeah, they're
Oh,
just
yeah,
robots.
yeah,
yeah.
I feel like there's another character that I didn't like.
Well, take your time.
Adam Eve's parents. I didn't like her parents.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I felt like they were very like.
Her mom was trying to be understanding.
Okay, then let me be more specific. Her dad.
No.
Thank you.
Her dad was very unsupportive of her.
He was
Or
a dick.
yeah, he was.
It was very strange love because he was. You could tell he was trying to keep her safe, but like
Yeah.
it was a very toxic manner.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. No one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me.
He's my favorite character.
Oh my
I bet he
god.
is.
I'm just kidding. Luis.
I guess my favorite character is Omni-Man. I'm just kidding.
My favorite character is Omni-Man's ass.
Yes. Probably Adam Eve is my favorite character. I just like. I feel like if I kind of attach myself to that character because I feel like if I had powers, that's something that I would do. Is like
I also
find.
feel like it's hard to just hate her.
Yeah,
like-
she's a nice
such a
person.
great character.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like if I were to be a superhero, that's something that I would do is just kind of go around and do little things for a lot of people rather than
Do nothing.
the big
I'm just
picture. You know?
kidding.
Oh my
I'm
god.
about to fucking bop you with this mic.
Not use your powers to stop Omni-Man.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Also, I really like the sound effect of her power.
Yes.
Like, I feel like it's really unique, but it sounds cool.
Oh.
Yeah, just like that. Can you imagine just going around just...
Wow, Joey, you're like horrible. at sound
Thank you,
effects.
Joey. Thank you. Yes.
I was like, thank God you're an animator, not a voice actor.
He has the sound effects to his animation. All you hear is...
Let's hear it. I want to hear it.
Oh my
actually, 'cause
God.
It's
All
like
right.
like that.
Yeah.
I guess my least favorite character is also Rex because he was literally written to be disliked.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah?
I think so. There's no way anybody like sees him as like, oh my god, this guy's so cool. Like,
What?
that's just not something that happens. Also, before we move on, you got it, Joey? You heard it? No?
No. I want to, but I don't want to like be rude and.
Sound like a
You already
lightsaber.
were rude.
Yeah, you're too late. You
Yeah,
might as
play
well
your
go.
TikTok in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tomatoes.
What's
Have
it
some
called?
respect instead.
Did you guys catch? Well, in my opinion, a lot of the dialogue was very Legend of Korra-esque.
Oh, I see
Like
that.
the humor, the like, oh, so like they're very like, oh, okay, I guess like it's
Yeah.
very like that. It's very like, what are the brothers' names?
Bolin and Mako?
Like their awkwardness is just
Yeah.
all over that show.
Yeah.
Like the way that they interact with the people and the kind of like nonchalant like dialogue that they have with everybody. It was very Legend of Korra-esque.
Also, speaking of
I
dialogue,
didn't
did
get
you guys
that.
catch like that part where Mark comes back from Mount Rushmore and he's still in his costume and he's gonna go see Amber and Nolan tells him to not wear his costume?
Mhm.
What if she just walks out of the room and sees him in his costume?
That's true. We didn't consider
because he was
that,
just
but-
standing there in his costume.
Good point.
I don't remember that, but
Yeah, he's just like floating in the living room, and then Mark just flies in, going upstairs, and he gives him advice, and he's like, make sure you change, but he's fully in his costume.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, she would have figured it out. by then.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys rewatch the show, just it's very Legend of Korra-esque, the dialogue. And it's,
Yeah, I can
it's
see
like
that.
serious themes, but they're still like, oh, okay, and it's like very like funny and quirky. But yeah,
Just drop a joke
Yeah.
in there.
let's
in the middle of
let,
something.
let's sprinkle in a little personality into this dialogue. but,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
like
Ali.
Tenzin.
Like Tenzin.
Yeah.
I love Tenzin.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite characters, I do agree. Adam Eve.
Adam and
Adam
Eve.
Eve. Adam Eve is probably one of my favorite characters because she's not that bitchy girl that
Yeah.
you kind of expect. She's very supportive of Mark in any direction that he decides to go in. She's thinking of not only helping people and like saving the world, but like I'm gonna stop this natural disaster, and like she has a lot going for her. I really love her powers; they're really cool. I love like her supporting Mark and their relationship with Amber,
Mhm.
his relationship with Amber. There was, from what I saw, like it looked like there was like something, but it's just a friendship built really well.
Yeah.
And I like that she doesn't force herself on
She's
him.
very
Yeah,
respectful.
Yeah,
yeah.
very
about it,
respectful of that. Like, hey, we're friends. Like, if you want to talk, you can talk to me. It wasn't like, oh, Mark, I
But I
need
love
you.
you.
Yeah,
It's just like not like that, which I really, really love about that character. Also, I really, really like Cecil. Although Cecil, he's just like a really cool guy. I like that. Although he works with, I didn't like what he did too. The what is it?
Dark blood.
Dark blood. That was a little
Yes.
effed up. But in the sense, like I understand that he was doing it because he didn't want to lose the element of surprise.
Yeah.
And
Like Debbie said, she's like, I hate your
Yeah.
job or whatever.
yeah, and Nolan was already kind of getting the hint because of like feelings that he was getting of the death blood. I'm sorry, I keep
Dark blood.
dark blood. Yeah, so I really liked him, and he does seem to really care for the planet, not only the planet, but like for people's feelings. He's like, hey, I'm taking care of this for you guys. Like, I know this is probably not the best time to bring it up. I just want to make you guys like the process be a little more comfortable. Damn, she's meowing a lot. My least favorite character, I would have to say Rex, because what he did to Adam Eve was just so messed up. He's like, well, you're hanging out with Invincible. It's like, that doesn't mean anything. She's not cheating on you.
Also, Duplicate kind of didn't give a shit either.
Yeah, she was like, oh, he said you guys weren't together. And I was just
And
like, what?
yeah.
But that's not her fault. If he says that, then it's
Yeah,
like-
but
Yeah, but I mean, have some sympathy at the end.
Yeah, like, be like, I'm so sorry. Like, it didn't seem
Yeah.
like she got like an apology.
Yeah.
But
from who? We act like it wasn't her fault, you know.
yeah, no, yeah. I don't know. I not that I hate Duplicate.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
I
really
hate
mind
That's a
her.
good point.
I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
You hate her?
Yeah, I think that's it. Rex was probably one of my least favorite characters. I didn't like Nolan when he said that Debbie was a pet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So in those and then I really hate how he treated Mark. So I don't like him at this moment for what he did to Mark, what he did to Debbie, and what he did to the Guardians of the Globe too. That was kind of effed up. So those are my opinions. Joey.
Thank you for your opinion.
All right, yeah. Thank you, Joey. Thank you. That's lovely input.
Honestly, I didn't think too much of this. I don't know. I don't have like a.
You had all this time.
No, like I don't think I just don't think
Come on,
I was
Nolan,
too
get it together.
invested in like the characters as much as I was invested in the story.
But it's the characters that make the
No.
story.
Then I guess
like-
you're. Yeah. Thank you.
Like there was characters that I enjoyed. Like sorry.
So who did you enjoy?
Well, that's the question,
I
bro.
Black-
Who's your
Black-
favorite?
whatever. No, because like all the characters, Black,
Like Samson?
Damien,
Darkblood.
Darkblood.
Oh,
Thank you.
Damien Darkblood.
Damien Darkblood, but he had such a small role.
Yeah.
I think I like how Omni-Man ended, and so I'm like intrigued on like to see his character development. Like I hate him in the beginning of the season, and then I end up like, oh, I kind of like him, right? And then I kind of get, and then I kind of get annoyed of Invincible.
Yeah,
What's
Mark.
his name? Mark, like he's kind of just like an annoying character.
It was kind of frustrating watching him stumble through all of that. Yeah. I didn't like his obsession with his dad either, because people like that are like, don't you see the flaws in your father? You know what I mean? Like, he's like, I just want to be just like you, and he
Well,
ignores
like,
his mom a lot.
If you
too.
idolize someone, are you really gonna see the flaws?
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Saying that,
Oh,
sorry. Saying that, I did like the part when he was like, "Make me," and she's like, "What does that make you?"
Oh
feel
yeah, does that make you feel
strong?
strong?
I love that
Yes,
part because
was
she's
a
straight
good
up
point,
like,
yeah.
"Are you stupid?"
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Wait, what?
But again, that's bringing
Yeah.
him back down to human level.
yeah. Sorry, sorry, Joey. Sorry. I just like that part.
I like when the pets speak out.
Oh my god, I hate you.
I know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
yeah, that's basically it. I don't really.
Not like anybody.
Well, like I didn't like Omni-Man.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then I ended up like liking where he's at.
So you like Rex?
I didn't care for like everyone else. Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like, yeah, like I wasn't. I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
The only character that I think I care about at this moment is just Omni-Man. I just want to know where that's gonna go. That's it. Like, I don't like dislike or like anybody in particular. I don't think like this is like a season where like they give us too much. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't care about Adam Eve yet. Like, I don't care about her yet. Like, cause like she hasn't really played a really major arc yet. At least I don't think so yet.
Did you watch the show?
Yeah.
What does she do?
What do you mean? What did she do?
She just talks to
She like helps people on her own without the whole team.
the major arc.
I think
of the
Joey-
story.
That
What
is
I'm
the
trying
major
to-
arc of the story.
No, what I'm talking about is like.
It's
No. Okay, Luis, what do you say?
You have like you have the Omni-Man mindset. You're like right there with him. Like everything else is so mundane to you compared to what Omni-Man is capable
Yeah,
of that
you
you just don't
indulge
care
them.
about these characters.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, kinda,
Yes,
actually.
you're on such a completely different level of power that these other people, it doesn't matter what they do because
I don't think
because at
that-
any
Is
moment
it
Omni-Man
you
could just end
to draw them
anyway.
better?
No, what the hell? Which I was gonna talk about that actually. No, I think I'm just kind of like hyper focused on the bigger arc stories than I
Then
am
you're
about
you're
the,
Omni-Man, yeah.
Then about like the because they just seemed like, oh, I kind of know what's gonna happen. Why does this sound so horrible?
Because you think like Omni-Man.
Okay, that's it.
You
I'm
relate to
Omni-Man.
him the
I love
most.
Omni Man
Yes,
and
you
his
love
ass
Omni-Man,
and his
yeah.
tits.
His giant pecs, yeah.
His tits. Wow, how dare you degrade?
It's true. You
Sounds
relate
like you're
to
so
him.
disinvested or whatever, uninvested, but I guess you're really invested in
Omni-Man.
Omni-Man.
Yes,
So I guess I
yes.
see where you're coming from. It just seems like you don't care. You're like, okay.
You're like, oh,
But,
these
like, you could.
Like, I enjoyed the story.
No,
these
just
pitiful
how-
humans.
No, just how we got invested in Over the Garden.
Wow, Joey,
Oh yeah,
again.
Fucking
third
rude.
fucking time. No, just how kids like Over the Garden Wall was so short, but short episodes develop relations. Like you
True.
like them.
Yeah, like just because they might not be real doesn't mean you're not connected to them.
Yeah, and then in this sense, like just because their story isn't part of the main arc doesn't mean that you can't.
You can't be like,
be
hey,
invested in
wow,
them.
yeah.
No, but like what I'm trying to say is like that I just don't feel like I related to like
You don't have to relate to a character to like them.
no, but I also didn't like some of them like
Like who?
I just mainly cared about Omni-Man and Invincible. That's it, and also Debbie and the demon.
I thought you
That's
said you
it.
didn't like anyone.
No, like I just don't care. Like that's it.
so
You're just being like a little bitch. Stop. Okay, that's it. I'm
I
done.
think it's because I want you to care. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
No, I think like give me one more season. Like
Okay, but we're basing this on what we saw.
I know. but
Yeah,
it's so
no,
hard for me.
yeah.
What you want is more, and you want the overarching story, and you want the most powerful person.
I know that's
so.
it makes no like I know that you don't care, but like
You
if
should
I
start.
TBH, like to be honest, it makes me feel like you didn't like this show.
No,
If
I
you-
did enjoy it.
It's just like
Well, that's a good segue. Out of 12, what do you give it, Joey?
Oh.
12 donuts.
Probably like
Out of a
10.
dozen?
Out of a dozen, you give it a 10?
10
10 dozen.
10 donuts.
Yeah.
All right, not bad.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
which is not disagreeing with it. I just that's it. Like
no,
oh
no,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Do you want to go this way?
Yeah, I guess we'll
All
do
right,
it
go
that
ahead
way.
then.
Um,
And would you recommend it to someone
oh,
else,
yeah.
Joey?
Oh yeah, I've already recommended it to people.
Oh, excellent.
great.
Yeah.
Do you want to give him a shout out? I'm just
I do
kidding.
I do agree with the 10. There was episodes that were a little slow, and I wish it was
Hmm.
a little bit more detailed in maybe the animation, but yet again we don't know the budget. It was like low budget because it was the first season and they wanted to see how well it did, if they were going to put more money into it. I would say 10, and I have recommended it to some people, and hopefully they watch it and they enjoy it just as much as I did. Oh, and if you're really invested, there are 2 mega volumes of the book. It's already
Oh,
done,
yeah.
so if you guys want to read it beforehand,
I don't know how to read.
Um,
it's very simple. It has pictures.
Is it available on Audible?
Is it? I
don't
doubt
know,
it,
just
right?
asking. Just
That would
kidding.
be cool.
Out of a dozen. With 6 being half, technically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Half a dozen.
I guess 10, yeah. 10 out of a dozen.
Are we just being nice?
Are we being nice?
No.
I ended up, I only giving
I
it
was gonna
10.
say 8, but I
Mhm.
changed it to 10.
But why?
I gave it 8 because of the
Oh.
Originally, I was gonna give it an 8 because it felt like So remember, I came in intrigued, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like yes, I love it." And then I got like a little bored, because like the stories were like kind of like your typical hero, your rookie hero, like everyone. Like that's why I feel like I didn't really care too much, because it just I don't know if I'm using the right word. It's like kind of mundane. Is that the right
Yeah.
word?
Sure.
Yeah, and so that's why I was like, okay, like I get it. Okay, I get it. And okay, I get it. And then that's what I'm saying, like maybe I need one more season. I think I'm giving it a 10 because like although like it was mundane, like I still did enjoy it because of like the certain topics that they talk about, like the whole idea of the human and the whole the artwork, even though like it wasn't like super like detailed, it's like I still like it. Like I still enjoyed it. I think the cast is amazing. Mark Hamill is in it. Yeah, he plays the costume designer.
No way!
Yeah, so I was like, wow, that's so cool. Like, and Omni Man is that one guy. Yeah, like the cast is really great. I think they did great. The acting is great. Like,
Seth Rollins is Alan the Alien.
Seth Rogen, right?
Yeah.
Rollins?
Oh my god, I'm sorry. That's a WWE wrestler. Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen is Alan the Alien.
I love Seth Rollins. I don't know
He
who's
kicks
that.
ass.
Yeah, so I guess I'll do 9.5, maybe? Like 9 out,
8
9,
half
I don't know.
Way to take your score back.
Just kidding, I'll give it a 10.
All right. Fair enough. So, I don't know. Every time there's a big superhero movie or when superheroes are popular, you always get this story. Like, we saw it with Kick-Ass and, like, The Boys. And, like, every time there's, like, superhero movies, yeah, there's always, like, somebody that's like, oh, but what if the superheroes lose? Like, it just always comes back every single time. So that's what I was kind of expecting with this show. Was to be kind of, like, unimpressed, too. But I actually ended up liking the characters a lot. And it was, like, I don't know. It was... The way that the story was told kept me interested enough that I would like to see more. So I think that's what was special about it, is the way that it was told I really liked. Because otherwise I would have been just as unimpressed as I would with like Kick-Ass and like those other deconstructions, quote unquote, movies. No, I don't think. I thought Kick-Ass was boring.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I think they're all boring.
I'm really glad you
I don't
liked
care.
it, Luis.
Huh?
I was like, I'm really glad you liked it. I was really worried.
The storytelling and the script and the just the plot, the way that it was laid out was really good. There was always progression. It never felt too slow, except for that episode where they were at the school. That's the only like downtime I would really say it was in the show, because all the other times we were figuring more and more out about the show. So I'll give it 10 out of 12 because yeah, it was good, and I would recommend it to other people who are interested. Because again, I don't really like superhero anything, so like this was kind of a
Yeah, I have to say the same thing.
Yeah, I agree.
So this was kind of a big watch for me, because I was like, am I going to care about these superheroes? Because I don't care about any of the other ones, and I sure did. So, yeah. What about you, Kevin?
We're going to get a little controversial.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it a 3.
3 donuts?
3 donuts out of 12?
I'm going to be completely honest.
See?
I thought it was so
we were skipping out
boring.
on so much content. You guys didn't let him talk, and he didn't like the show.
There's a lot of that I didn't like. I felt like there's a lot of like filler. Like there was like, I could have gotten to know the characters a lot more, and I feel like there wasn't enough of it.
That's why I feel like I need like 2 seasons.
But I'm also lying.
You fucking bitch. Are you really?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Dude, that's like-
I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. I thought it was pretty good. They have some like little plot holes here and there, but the overarching story is actually pretty good, and I would recommend it to somebody else. So I'm also hoping for a season 2. I don't know if they've announced that yet, but
I think they did.
Oh, they
Season
did?
2 and 3, I think.
nice.
It did really well, so I would assume they would continue.
Anyway,
That was so fucking random.
I'm hoping to see Abraham Lincoln again. What if they just bring him back as Abraham Lincoln and not the Immortal? He's just with his hat and his suit. You know what I thought was funny? When they were like referencing like the Immortal, like one of the clips was him in the theater and John Wilkes Booth.
Oh, they were going to shoot him. Oh, yes, you're right.
I didn't See, I don't remember that part at all.
Is when they bring him back to life.
Oh.
It's very quick, but yeah, you're right.
No, I know. I remember, like, it does flashbacks, but I don't remember.
I saw it and I was like, what the hell? And then I started looking through the facts and I was like, oh, the immortal is actually Abraham Lincoln. I was like, oh, what the? Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, no. It was pretty good.
All right, well, I guess it's time for us to pick a new show, huh?
It's between you, horse.
It's between us.
How are we deciding?
I don't know. We did cards last time, but
We
I don't
can
see
do-
them
I
here this
think we
time.
could flip a coin because that's very easy.
We can do naked oil wrestling.
Heads or tails?
How are you gonna do it?
Just tell me.
I'll
Tails.
do the heads then.
Okay. Flip a coin.
What? You can do that?
Heads wins.
Fuck you.
Am I picking the show?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ! I wasn't ready for this. All right, we do two, right?
Yeah.
You suggest two, and then collectively we agree on one.
I feel like you guys are gonna hate everything that I pick.
I already do.
You hate it, huh?
Just kidding.
All right, I'm gonna keep it a little
fuck?
topical. The first thing I'm gonna recommend is because I just watched it recently and I kind of enjoyed it. Is *Malignant*.
Bad luck.
You guys are gonna watch that one. I don't care what you say. You guys are gonna watch it.
We get to decide from the two.
You can watch it in low volume if you're scared, but you have to
Low
watch it 'cause I
volume?
want to talk about it because it's kind of scary.
Oh, I
kind
thought
of
it was
scary.
loud.
What's your second option?
You already know I hate scary movies.
Second option. I'm just gonna say Kill la Kill because I feel like we've all been sitting on it too long, and so I'm gonna say Kill la Kill.
Let's just
that
watch
an
Kill la
anime?
Kill.
It
Yes,
is an anime. Yeah.
Just season one?
There's only one season.
There's only
Okay.
one season.
Can we watch them both?
I mean, if you end up watching them on your own, then that's out of my hands. But we gotta pick one and we're going to group.
Hasn't. Oh wait, but everyone has to have not seen it though.
Oh,
Right?
no. Two people have to have not seen it.
At the very
Have you
least.
seen
At the-
either of them?
I have not seen it.
I've never seen either of them.
I've only seen Kill la Kill.
So okay,
we
what would you choose?
Kill la Kill. I would love to rewatch it.
I would probably do Kill la Kill too, because I
You wanted to mind
I
Malignant?
wanted to see. Well, I'm probably gonna watch it.
Yeah, if you do,
anyways.
I will
I'm
talk
gonna
about it
watch
with you with Just Us Two because it is a
Okay,
really
so
good
Kill la
movie.
Kill.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
it's Kill la Kill.
Does it matter if we do sub or dub? Because they're both really good.
They're both
I've
really
already-
excellent.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm already watching it in Japanese.
So should we just watch it in Japanese?
Is there a difference?
No, they're both really
They're
good.
no,
I think.
no,
I
they're
mean,
no.
they both have the same plot. I mean,
Yeah.
just changing it to English, maybe a couple lines.
It's 'cause
changed.
sometimes when they get translated, sometimes they like leave out some stuff.
Yeah.
Can I force you guys to watch *Malignant*? Can I just be like, you only get one choice? Damn it! I really want to talk about this movie.
They decide.
all right. It's fine.
They chose.
I really don't like scary movies.
I know.
That's like
Neither
one
do
of my.
I.
It's not a scary movie.
No, not
That's what I
that-
was telling Kevin. Is like a lot of mine are gonna be scary movies, so I don't know how you guys are gonna handle
Yeah,
that.
mine are like. I would
Them?
choose the one that you.
Oh,
I hate
true,
scary
true, true.
movies.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like scary movies either.
You
so.
don't?
No, I hate them
Really? Why did you go watch it with us?
because I don't think it was a scary movie.
Well,
I
mean,
thought it was. I had
Yeah, it
fucking
wasn't,
nightmares
yeah.
the whole night. Literally.
I feel like it was more psychological than anything.
That is a good point if you think about it, like from the book. Yeah.
Because he wasn't really scaring them, even though that was his job, I guess.
Although you are scared of scary movies, you have to.
I have to
watch
what?
them.
I do watch them. This man makes me.
Uh,
No, I thought you were talking to her.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if we
I-
decide on that,
it's
yeah.
a personal thing with
Just
me.
for that, we're gonna choose scary movies now.
You know what,
I was
Joey?
thinking of doing like how on October that we all have to make a scary movie choice. I thought that
What
would be
about-
fun.
Okay,
Young
I can
Frankenstein.
agree. That's not a scary movie.
I know.
I can agree with that.
You can
If,
agree
like,
with
once
that?
Halloween,
We've already
around
watched
Halloween
it.
season, we can do scary movies.
A spooky edition.
And then we could do Christmas edition. And just keep
Oh,
going.
wait, is there enough Christmas movies or whatever?
Christmas
Yeah,
movies?
Home
Christmas
Alone,
shit.
Home Alone 2, The Grinch,
Die Hard.
Oh goodness.
The
Die Hard, a
Elf.
Christmas movie.
I don't know how many Christmas movies
You
I have in
can
my
play
back pocket,
Bayonetta
so-
2
Watch
because
it,
it takes
actually.
place
Oh,
during
yeah?
Christmas.
All right, well it's settled then. Kill la Kill.
Kill la Kill.
I'm gonna be really
excited.
Woo,
To rewatch
Oh my
that.
god.
She's gonna beat me up.
You're like a child.
I'm gonna beat you up.
Stop.
All right, well who
Sorry
wants
for the
to sign us out?
Stop. I'll sign us out.
All right, go ahead.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Go ahead, Joey.
Where are we going?
Oh, let's go. Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Let's go
Hey,
to the
guys,
beach.
let's
kidding.
go.
Where go where?
Oh, where? What?
To
Oh
the
my
donut
God.
shop.
Oh, I don't like that.
Goodbye.
I thought it was the donut hole.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Okay, bye.
You are now
Signing off is
exiting.
Alex.
Oh, I don't like that one either. We gotta find a different outro, man.
You said I could do it, so I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead.
Do it, Joey. He doesn't like it anymore.
I don't know. Thank you. Come again.
Thank you. Come again.
I guess
I
we'll
think
figure
that
it out.
sums
have a
up
very
our.
special deal for you.
Alright.
Anyway, that's
Donut hole.
yeah, that sums up our thing. You are now exiting the donut hole.
Alright.
You're now exiting the donut
That's a
hole.
little better. Bye.